In the stands watching last year, Kaylee Glenn and Emma Bonanno came here to Greenville to watch last year's Connecticut team play in the Little League Softball World Series. And Chris, they made a promise they were going to work hard to get back here and play on this field.
They did a lot of extra workouts, sweet friends that are also doing some sweet things. I want to take you back to a couple years ago when they did a lemonade stand. They had a close family friend pass away from pediatric brain cancer, so they put together this lemonade stand to raise money for pediatric cancer research. Really sweet story between sweet friends that have been besties since kindergarten.
Yeah, these two families are very close, and Kaylee and Emma are good friends. Kaylee leading off here, and then of course Kaylee's dad Brian is the manager of this team, and Emma's dad Mike is the assistant coach. He was the manager last year. They live about 8 houses down from each other, and I've heard there are some very serious pickleball games happening in the driveway between the Glens and the Bonannos.
Pickleball, it does get serious. So what's great is that anybody of any age can really play pickleball too, so everybody can get in on the action. Pickleball's fun.
New pitcher in the circle, Caitlin Lau will step in and take over for Ambry Ramos, who had 8 strikeouts today. She did a great job.
Ambry Ramos gave a great start. Caitlin Lau enters in, the third pitcher on this pitching staff for Texas, and Caitlin Lau has improved a lot since last summer whenever Texas won it all. Got more pitching time this summer.
This is her second appearance this week. She pitched 2/3 of an inning on Monday against California. Jasmine Guerrero.
You know, we talked a lot about the growth of the sport and have to talk about the time investment and energy investment that Brian Glenn, the manager of Connecticut, has put into Milford Little League, along with some other coaches, to grow the league. And grow the league actually from about 125 players to 300 players after
Be early, girls. We can't be late.
Started to volunteer, and he's a vice president of the Little League, but he noticed that there was just there were differences in softball and baseball, and he wanted to try to equal that out, put more time and efforts and resources into the softball girls as the baseball boys were getting.
And you know what? Now this Little League has been to the World Series 2 straight years. Milford Little League.
And in fact, both of these Little Leagues have fought for equality, and Michelle, you talked a lot about Midway Little League and their history of winning the World Series going all the way back to the 90s. They've been investing in softball.
Absolutely, it's so important. You can tell those leagues that actually make softball priority, continue to grow it, it reaps the benefits. They have very good World Series postseasons.
Holly Coon, Cami Mitchell, it gets past her. She tries to flip it over to Ambry Ramos, but Holly Coon safe.
Just a little bit of a bobble. Cami Mitchell just a little bit too slow getting it over to Ramos. I'm going to call that an error on the play.
So Michelle, you mentioned the success of Midway Little League. They have won 12 Little League Softball World Series titles, more than any other Little League. The state of Texas has 14.
Well, again, that just shows the dedication, and it's nice to see the growth here in other parts of the country. Connecticut, here in North Carolina.
North Carolina has 2 World Series titles. They will play for a third later today at 3. That'll be on ABC as you see the line forming for that game. Here's the titles by state, and of course there's been only one international team to win the Little League Softball World Series. That was Puerto Rico in 2001. Little laid out for it, gave everything she had.
Good effort by Riley Little. Sees his ball pop up and knows too that Kendall Brown is going to be going hard for it. The third baseman, Kendall Brown, kind of gives way for Riley Little, thinking she had a better chance at that, and also wanting to stay out of the catcher who's going hard with all that gear on. Not going to feel good if she runs into you.
And that hits Addie McKenna-Hansen. So an error and a hit by a pitch have 2 on for Connecticut, the tying run at first.
You mentioned Puerto Rico being the only international team to win the Little League World Series, Courtney. But the Philippines also at a different age bracket, so in the Junior League World Series were the champions this year, and Connecticut from Milford Little League were the runners-up. So again, successful Little Leagues playing in this game.
We'd love to see it. Emma Bonanno, we told you about her. She's up now with 2 on and 1 out.
And either of these fans are dedicated to who are standing in line for their seats 2 hours before game time, because the line that you saw earlier goes into those chair backs that are right in front of us around the bowl of the stadium behind home plate. But 2 hours ago this line started to form, maybe even longer. Honestly, we just showed it for the first time 2 hours.
And those seats are shaded, so.
Yes.
Yeah, that's important when it feels like 110. Caitlin Lau first strikeout.
A pitch by Caitlin Lau. She goes to her curveball, 0-2 count. Perfect placement. Look at it, right at the knees, little tail away and down. Important strikeout there after an error followed by a hit by pitch. She needed that out. Pretty good curveball. I like that pitch for her. Good tail to it.
Yeah, she's got really good mechanics on it. You can see the way she bends it with her body as well as her arm.
This World Series and this game coming up, the championship game at 3, has been the talk of the town in Greenville. And people getting their chairs out in the outfield at 10 a.m. this morning and are starting to file in now. And that's a true dedication to be out here and with these temperatures, trying to grab a seat.
Got to, right? This is a big deal. North Carolina's 2 World Series titles were by Rowan Little League, who is from Salisbury, North Carolina, about 3.5 hours from here. But Winterville, North Carolina is playing it today, and that's 8 miles from here. Back-to-back Ks for Caitlin.
Caitlin Lau really bared down in this inning after 2 reached with free passes and miscues. She gets back-to-back strikeouts to work out of the inning.
We love our.
Well, professional athletes teamed up with the Little Leaguers this week. Athletes Unlimited was here in Greenville. They played 2 games just down the road at East Carolina's softball stadium on Wednesday. But before that, they had the chance to come over here to Elm Street Park and watch these Little Leaguers take the diamond. Very special, and they got to meet and greet with the teams. New pitcher in the circle for Connecticut, it's Danny Katansky.
Pitches behind Grace Weber, thrown 9 innings in this World Series and given up just 3 earned runs. Pitched in a pivotal game because Grace Weber was unavailable due to an extra inning game and the pitching eligibility rules. She had thrown 8 or 9 innings, can't remember which it is, but if you throw 7 or more innings, then you have to have a day of rest the next day. So Grace Weber was unavailable. Danny Katansky totally stepped up for this Connecticut team, got the win.
Yeah, that was on Wednesday against Italy. Struck out 5 over 6 innings.
She did a good job of supporting Weber and then got the win.
Yeah, that was on Wednesday against Italy. Struck out 5 over 6 innings.
She did a good job of supporting Weber and then playing first base, and then when needed, she comes into the game. Coach has said understanding that new role, always wanting to have the ball, and that's a big part of it at this age. You have to really, when it comes to pitching, want to have that ball in your hand to continue to practice, make a difference.
Back Becknell just over the outstretched arm of Audrey O'Connell. Lead off is on.
Claire Becknell is going to pick up a hit, going the opposite way. Really nice piece of hitting when you see these youngsters let a ball travel deep and take it the opposite way instead of trying to pull it. You know, they've been doing their homework and practicing those swings.
So now, Cam Bam, as they call her, Cammie Mitchell, is up, and she'll take a chop at that first pitch.
She has home run power. Hit a home run in the championship game and the regional. Texas has hit 3 out of the park home runs between regionals and the World Series.
And the third being yesterday by Zenaria Hughes in that semifinal. Becknell is safe. Slow hopper over to Emily Spoon. Safe. That ball took its time.
A good hustle by Clara Becknell to get herself down to second base. Goes in hard. Just a slow developing play that gave her enough time to get into second base. Good wheels by Clara Becknell. Nice slide too. Clara Becknell is a really a versatile player, plays a lot of different positions on defense for Texas, and very good athlete for them.
We've seen her at first base, now working second base today. Jayada Green had a single. Can she do it again? You bet. Clara Becknell around and coming home. 3-0 Texas. Second RBI of the week for Jayada.
And second hit of the game. Jayada's going to take this pitch and go the opposite way. This Texas team very well versed on letting that ball travel and driving it the opposite way, not trying to pull everything, just really good mechanics. Oh yeah, getting a little love back to the bench.
Jaden Serrato reached on a fielder's choice in the third. She's got 2 on. Maringo, it hops out of her glove. She's able to tag third base to retire Cammie Mitchell.
A lot of balls heading toward Emily Sparigo. Tried to go touch third base before she had possession of the ball, even though she had a lot of time. Important for Emily right now, I think, is to slow things down, not get ahead of herself. Ball's finding her a lot right now.
That flips the order. We go back to the top with Riley Little for the third time. She has reached in both of her plate appearances today.
Texas hitting the ball hard in this inning.
And Danny Katansky coming in to start this inning in relief of Grace Weber. Sparingo tested again. And that is out number 3. Connecticut with one last chance as we... Oh, that was 2 outs. By mistake. Got a little excited.
Music.
Yeah, we were just jamming for a second. Jam break. We heard of a 7th inning stretch. That was our mid-inning jam break. Avery Ramos now. Trickles down the left field line. It's still going. It's rolling to the corner, into the fence. 2 runs have scored. Avery Ramos sliding into third.
Amber Ramos is a superstar. She started out this game pitching, had 8 strikeouts in 3 innings. How about a triple down the line? She just bashes this ball. She gets it past Sparingo at third, and then also past Weber out in left field. It gets into the corner, and Ramos easily going to have a triple. 2 more runs up on the board for this Texas team.
There's Jasmine Guerrero with a runner on third.
Texas has done a good job with their offense of scoring in multiple different innings, not letting themselves sit on that 1-run lead that they had, and got that lead at the bottom of the first inning. Just done a good job of continuing to put runners on base, give themselves chances and runs on the board.
Holly Coon. And that officially is out number 3. 3 runs on 3 hits for Texas. Last chance for Connecticut as we go to the 6th. A little Texas and Connecticut. Connecticut down to its final 3 outs as Texas leads this 5-0. $11, $12, and 1 up for Connecticut. Starting with Audrey O'Connell.
Audrey's had a great World Series over at second base. No errors for her in the World Series. And a lot of balls hit her way. So consistent. Coach Glenn says she's the best fielder I have ever coached. Has great range. Those are big words.
The coach says that about you, no matter what level you're playing. That's impressive.
There comes that first strike from Caitlin Lau. She took over in the circle from Ambry Ramos in the 5th inning.
Connecticut should be really proud of their week here. I think that they've done a good job of showing their fight and having each other's back here this week, having a lot of fun, growing a lot this week with all the games that they've gotten to play.
I don't think they've had the toughest road, as that'll be 3 straight strikeouts going back to the last inning for Caitlin Lau. Because remember, this is Connecticut's 7th game. They've played more games than anyone.
Should be really proud of what they've done at the World Series and how they've represented their little league.
Maya Brown. They have a 2nd straight appearance for this specific Little League. Won their regional in Bristol, Connecticut to represent Connecticut. And the New England Regional.
And, you know, for Texas, it's not easy being the defending champs and having that big target on your back for the entire summer. I mean, Coach Ramos from Texas was talking about that 3 or 4 weeks ago, the big target that they've had on their back. You get everybody's best game when you're the defending champs because everybody wants to be the one to beat you. Biggest target.
And it's still been an amazing summer for this Texas team to get back here, even with the pressure on, and to make it to the semifinals, to make it to that 3rd place game that we're seeing right now.
Well, it doesn't matter what level of sport you're at. It is hard to repeat.
Yes.
At any level, it's just difficult.
Guess who is here? Championship teams have arrived. New York and North Carolina. Monica Jones getting warmed up. The line getting longer. We'll see them at 3 Eastern on ABC for the championship game.
It's going to be such a good one. Between New York, North Carolina, we're going to have a new champion this year.
Top of the order, Sammy Marini. to right field. Runner's gonna stay.
Well, Jasmine Guerrero has been so good over at shortstop, sat back on that a little too long. A good hustle by Maya Brown to get herself to second base. Connecticut with a little rally here in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, and they want Maria Cosmos up for sure. She has a single and a walk in the game. Well, you can find Little League on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at the official handles at Little League. And don't forget to use hashtag LLWS.
It's a pretty drawing.
Great activity for the ballpark, right? I think it was a rainbow.
Yeah, it was too, yeah.
Oz better watch out over there. That's been a dangerous spot for him all week. Light on your feet, buddy. Embry Ramos. 2 down, 2 in scoring position for Connecticut. CT Kids down to their final out.
That was a sweet little hug there by Marina Cosmos to Riley Fagan Davis. All these little moments that we've seen this week.
Yeah, a week these players are never going to forget. 7 days of softball. The best teams from around the world came here to Greenville, North Carolina. Tough play for Kendall Brown at third. She was stretching out.
Kendall Brown is going to that 5-6 hole and just goes off of the glove, and when it does, it's just going to be difficult to try to rebound off of that. It's a really good effort to go after that. And Connecticut gets on the board here in the top of the 6th with 2 outs. I love that Riley Little was the one that called this timeout. She's been a great captain, steady back behind the plate. Talking about, too, what they want to do on this first and third play. Making sure everybody is on the same page.
Riley Fagan Davis reaching on the E5. Comes down to Emily Sparingo. Leads the World Series in pretty much every offensive category.
Curveball left a little bit sweet over the plate, but Sparingo swings through that. Good curveball. That's her best pitch for sure. Her bread and butter on the circle. Caitlin Laus. That last out is just always, last 3 outs, always the toughest to get.
Two. And the count runs full. Caitlin now to Emily Sparingo.
You can tell she's getting frustrated with herself, but just needs to go back to her one-pitch mentality of positivity for every pitch.
Ball 4.
You don't know until she loses her. You can tell that hip's a little bit early, or arms popping off that hip, losing that pitch low and inside for right-handed batters to that corner.
That loads the bases for Danny Katansky. Edward Ramos coming out to the circle to talk to Caitlin Lau.
Hey, let's just settle in, all right? Hey, none of these are the game-winning runs, okay? Let's trust our defense right here and fill it up. Hey, hard at you, knock it down, touch yours. Everybody else plays at one, okay? Good throws. Let's go finish it.
All of a sudden, you look up and the game-tying runs at the plate. Just need one out, but again, that last out could be the toughest to get. I like the softball umbrellas.
I noticed that. It looks cool, right? I need to get you one of those.
Yeah.
Danny Katansky with a great opportunity. It's a slow roller back to Caitlin Lau. And third place for Texas, Midway Little League. They win 5-1.
Really good recovery and rebound by this Texas team after dropping yesterday's game to North Carolina. Great job of winning this game against Connecticut to finish third.
Texas is your third place finishers this year. We'll be back and talk to this Texas team when you come back to Greenville. And the manager, Edward Ramos, and his daughter, Ambry, are standing by with Chris.
Yeah, thank you, Courtney. Ambry, you were so great in the circle to start. What were the words of advice from your dad to get this group to settle in today?
To just finish strong and have fun to play our last game together.
Yeah. Your last game doing Little League with your dad, what have these last couple of years been like?
Oh, sorry. It's been really fun getting to do this with having my dad as a coach. To experience something like this, it's really big for me, and yeah.
Dad, I know the goal fell short of a second championship, but you won one here last year. You take them to a third place. To be able to do this with Ambry, what have these last couple seasons meant to you?
Lost for words. I'm just super excited. Glad I got to enjoy this with my daughter, as well as a good group of girls that I've been coaching for some years now. And just glad to go out with a win.
What makes you so emotional?
I'm sorry?
What makes you so emotional?
Just a special little run, and like I said, just doing it with girls that we all had a vision years back, and just to get here with them twice. You know, I know we came up short, but just the experience in itself this year, you know, it was a heck of a run, and we had a lot of fun on the way, made some good memories, and that was our goal at the beginning, to let everything slow down a little bit and enjoy.
Well, I appreciate the time. You guys have been a blast to follow and so much to celebrate. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Texas finishing with third place this year. All right, you have about an hour to get ready. Over on ABC at 3 Eastern, our championship game. North Carolina facing New York, who will have a new champion this year. That's coming up at 3 Eastern on ABC. Please join us for that one. We know that it's already going to be a packed house. The line has been here for over 2 hours. We'll see you at 3 on ABC. For now, Texas, the third place finishers at the Little League Softball World Series.